Hey, what's going on, guys? Just want to make a quick video showing off one of my jungle carpet pythons. This is my girl Jade. She comes from a WOW line, and she's actually a little over 2.5 years old. She's not huge, and honestly, it took me some time getting this girl established as an eater. I got her in December 2019, so actually right at 2 years ago, and she hatched in May 2019, so she was about 5 months old, or a little bit more at that time, and she did eat sporadically, and then there were times when she would really go off food, her and the male that I got, and it was just such a difficult time getting these guys to eat that at one point I was considering selling them and just letting the people know that she wasn't eating very well, but it's just such a headache to have an animal. It's very stressful when your animal won't eat. I'm sure it is for them, but also for me, because I don't want this animal to die. Why won't she eat? What do I need to do? So it's funny, they went through different phases. There were times when she would eat more rat pinkies and stuff, but really all she wants is mice right now. And just thank God I finally got her converted off of live, because for the longest time, the only thing she wanted to eat was live and live mice. And I just don't breed mice, I don't keep live mice. I have frozen, and she is luckily consistently eating um, frozen mice, and she's been eating pretty well for a while now. And she's not tiny, but for some snake that's almost 3 years old, over 2.5 years old, she's a jungle carpet python. She's not a giant python, but still, she's not the biggest, not the smallest. She could be smaller, so definitely not complaining. Just the biggest thing is, for a long time, she wouldn't eat consistently, and that kind of contributed to some of her lack of growth. You see, she's jumpy. I actually was just reaching to touch the screen of this camera here, but she is a little jumpy. She doesn't normally bite, but she's definitely a little more on edge than some of my other animals. Um, but she is so cool. She's really beautiful. Almost looks like a diamond the way she has these spots on her, um, and these splotches. Not as much yellow as my male jungle carpet python. Really a lot more black. But there's really cool like patterns within the color, where it's like dark around the lines and then lighter in between. It's probably a little difficult to see on this video, and I'm gonna try to see if I can get a good video of her head and her body, but she does like to move a little bit. But she is just such a beautiful jungle carpet python, in my humble opinion, and my biased opinion of my snake being awesome. But really, most snakes pretty much are. But really loving this pattern on her. It's just so cool. She's just really a beautiful girl. I'll show you my male jungle that's actually about the same age as her, but he is from a different line, and he has a lot more yellow. She's almost like black with yellow spots and stripes, and he's almost yellow with black stripes. Not truly, but it almost looks like that way, just because the amount of yellow on him versus the amount of yellow on her is so significantly different. His yellow is probably a little bit more brilliant too, a little brighter. Hers is a little on the greener side, which is really cool. But she is really an awesome looking snake, I think. And what do you guys think? Give me some feedback. I don't get many comments on my YouTube videos. But yeah, for a jungle carpet that's, like I said, she's over 2.5, not 3 yet. She'll be 3 in May. She's not huge. She's a little small for her size, but she's doing good though. She's really established She's really eating for me consistently. Finally, after that first year was really a struggle. And then there were times where she was kind of on and off. But knock on wood, she has been killing it. No pun intended. She eats frozen thawed, so it's already dead. But she has been really eating good for me lately. So I'm very happy with that. But this is my girl Jade. Like I said, I just want to show her off to you guys. Check out a different pattern on a jungle carpet python and get some thoughts on what you guys think of her. And I don't know, maybe you've got a jungle carpet python that's 2.5 years old. How big is yours? I showed you mine, now you show me yours. No, but I'm just curious. I know she could be bigger, and I know really with any snakes, I've seen people with some really small boas, and I've seen some people with some huge boas that are the same age. It's just all about how they're feeding, underfeeding, overfeeding, feeding properly, anything in between there. But yeah, she's finally eating consistently now. But yeah, the first year was really a struggle with this girl. Now she was tiny then. She was really fit in my hand, corn snake size, which of course there's corn snakes bigger than this, but young corn snake size. So she's starting to grow, and that makes me happy. I really love seeing my snakes grow, because I know they're healthy and they're thriving and they're doing well, and I just don't want to stunt any growth. But at that point, I don't force feed them normally. I'm more patient unless it's absolutely a necessary situation where they're gonna die if you don't feed them. I let them wait it out, because some snakes are funny. Some will go off food for months at a time, and just when they're younger, in my opinion, here I'll turn it. See how she's kind of cold over here. It's better when they're younger to really get some good meals and grow. Just like a baby, that's kind of a critical time in their life. When you're old and you start losing your metabolism and getting fat, it doesn't matter as much if you skip meals. But when you're a baby, you really need those meals to grow. So anyways, that's Jade, man. Thought y'all might enjoy checking her out. She is a beautiful jungle carpet python. So hope you like her. Tell me what you think. Think she looks good for 2.5? Or is she tiny? Or what? But yeah, that's her. Just want to show her off for a few minutes. Glad you got to check her out. Now I'm getting some really good video here, I think. You can really see that. I'm going to touch the screen and freak her out because she sees my finger over here. She's like, don't be trying anything funny, man. I'm chilling. She is a little bit less trustworthy of handling. But you see I'm handling her fine. You just got to know your animal. I'm really big on that. And I don't really know what other people think, but different animals have different personalities. Know your enemy, but also know your animal. Yeah, so know your animal. You know what you're dealing with. You know what to expect. You understand them. That's what it's about, being like, emotionally intelligent of your animals, aware of their feelings, aware of their behavior, and accommodating appropriately. So I'm more gentle with her because I know she is a little skittish. But that doesn't stop me from handling. You can't fix a problem if you ignore a problem. Not to say it's a problem. I mean, it's her natural instinct, and it's probably a good one. Trust nobody. All right, I'll quit quoting people, but but it's probably a good natural instinct for snakes. She is only trying to protect herself, and I might get bit here, because I'm about to touch. See, she's jumping. She's like, don't be touching me like that. But that doesn't mean that I'm going to be scared of my animal. I just have to understand how to be gentle and show her, look, it's okay, girl. I'm not hurting you. I'm feeding you, and I'm just wanting to hold you a little bit and show you off to the world and see how beautiful you are, because I think that these animals are worth being appreciated. Now she's like, screw that, I just want to hold on and take me back home. And she's about to look at me and strike me in the face. Nah, I don't think she's gonna do that. But she's just being defensive, or she's not very comfortable with this. I've got this LED light, honestly, kind of interface a little bit, and she's like, "What are you doing, man?" So she is squeezing a little bit right now. You can see how she's kind of double wrapped, and you can see a little discoloration in my hand. She's not a big snake, but she's like, "Hey, mess with me, I'm gonna mess with you." But at the end of the day, she's not trying to kill me. She hasn't struck me. She's just a little uncomfortable. So I'm going to put her up because I don't want to stress her out. And I just want to show her off. Hope you guys appreciate her. And if you got any questions about anything, what do you think about jungle carpet pythons? Some people say carpet pythons are not as great because they are a little more skittish, at least the ones I've kept. Actually, my male's pretty cool, but he's a little more skittish, a little jumpier than, my boas and stuff. But I've seen boas that are super feisty. So each snake, each animal, doesn't matter what species, you can have a corn snake tame king cobra and you can have a killer ball python. It doesn't matter on the species. There are some species that are more prone to one thing than another. Just like I keep American bullies, used to be into pit bulls, and I'm against stereotyping animal behavior based on a species. I don't care what type of species it is. Anyways, not to rant. That's just my take on it. I think it's about how you handle them, how you raise them, how you care for them, and then understanding they are individually unique. Not every snake's going to act the same. Even if it's the same species, not every human's going to act the same. Not every dog is going to act the same. So just being aware of that is, in my opinion, a good thing. So, all right, I've talked enough. I think you've got to check her out. I'm going to get off of here and put this girl up if she will let go of me. I guess I can uncoil her right now if you guys want to see how she reacts, because she is holding on, honestly, kind of tight right now. And you can see my hand is going red. I mean, she's not going to kill my hand, but she definitely is holding on good. So, smart technique if you wanted to ever get a snake off of you that really was gripping a little tight like this. Like, she's got a pretty solid grasp. And there's a good chance she might strike, because if she's grabbing tight like that, that does mean she's feeling a little defensive. Normally when I'm holding her, I'm not talking this much. It's just me and her, and I don't really talk to my snakes a ton. I don't feel like that's necessary. They can smell my scent and get used to me from handling without me saying, "Hey girl," and all this. But I do talk a little bit to them, but not this much. So what you do when you want to get a snake uncoiled is grab them by the tail. And I don't say grab, let me rephrase that. Start from the tail. And a lot of times snakes don't like you touching their tail either, so that can cause her to jump a little bit. So I touched her tail, all right, and then I'm going to slowly uncoil this. Now she's got her body wrapped around to where I can't. It's like a knot here. She's like, good luck with that one. So I do have to get her upper body here. And I'm just going to gently use my fingers and gently push. She's really using some muscle here. She's like, "No, you're not." And I'm like, "Yes, I am." So we're going to have a little dance here. She's holding my thumb with the tip of her tail. She's got my thumb wrapped. So, she is a small python. If she was a large python, it would be a different story, right? But it's not anything to be scared of, but you do need to be aware of the potentials, right? So if you knew your snake had this type of temperament, it's not something you would probably want to just blindly take out by yourself. So she's like, "Why are you trying to mess with my tail? Leave me alone," right? I'm trying to show you and keep her from rewrapping it, but here we go. So that's all it took, though. Once I really got that tail undone, she's calmed down, actually. She's loosened her grip, at least, I'll put it that way. So now she's like, "All right, that didn't work. I guess I got to continue on." But All right, just want to show that as well. Figured why not while making the video. But yeah, be aware of your animal. If they are more defensive or insecure, and it's a larger constrictor, obviously you don't want to be working with that by yourself, especially if you don't have proper tools or knowledge on techniques on how to undo them. But I'm gonna go put this girl up. Hope you enjoyed checking her out. Like I said, she's a jungle carpet python, and she, in my opinion, is beautiful. And I love this girl, even though the feeling might not be mutual, but she at least appreciates me because she will eat for me now. And she doesn't try to bite me every time. She hasn't struck at me yet. She's being a little defensive here. She's got my hand in the lock still there, but she hasn't struck, so that's a good thing. And so this is Jade, and I'm gonna go put her up now, guys. Hope you appreciate some videos. If there's anything you ever want to see, let me know. Whether it's a topic you want to talk about, and you probably don't care about my 2 cents, but I don't mind sharing it. I'd like to think I've got some good words to share, good thoughts and input on certain topics. But whatever it is, want to make this a two-way forum here, not just me posting videos and nobody really communicating back. So feel free to comment, and if you got anything you want to talk about or thoughts on anything, or you've got a 2.5-year-old jungle carpet python that is way smaller or way bigger or whatever it may be, let me know. That's cool stuff, and we can share information. So appreciate it, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. You guys have a happy holidays. Merry Christmas.